Today we're looking at the top 5 scariest creatures caught on camera. Now there's been a lot of really creepy stuff caught on video, and I thought you guys would enjoy a countdown of the scariest creatures, so if you do go on to enjoy this, make sure to drop a like.
Floating girl in forest. This video, captured by a Russian man, shows what appears to be a little girl floating over her parent. The man discovers the pair as he walks his dog through the woods. As he chases the dog, he finds the daughter and guardian. The girl seems to float at twice the height of the adult, leaning forward as if she's practicing how to fly. The man records the two, but the little girl realizes he's there. He tries to hide, and the two begin to flee. Just what was it that the man found out in the woods? Aliens? Witches? Superhumans? There's no knowing. Zashiki Warashi Yokai. Yokai are the demons of Japanese folklore. Yokai in Japanese means bewitching, attractive, calamity, specter, apparition, mystery, and suspicious. While you may be familiar with the concept of yokai from the video game Yokai Watch, yokai have traditionally been much more terrifying and troublesome in Japanese folklore. Yokai began as early animist spirits in Japanese culture, which were believed to be responsible for a number of minor nuisances or accidents. Yokai are often considered to be ghost-like spirits with the intent of scaring or harming their victims. One such yokai, Zashiki Warashi, is a childlike spirit that haunts homes. Zashiki Warashi is said to inhabit every house and frightens or annoys its inhabitants by running through the house at night, making noise or moving objects. This video may capture this spirit. Strange ape captured in forest. The modern theory of evolution leaves some people with certain questions about the timetable and progression. If we really evolved from bipedal apes, where did they go? Cryptids like the aquatic ape and Bigfoot seem to exist as strange evolutionary throwbacks, reminders of our theorized primal origins. This video allegedly captures one such throwback, an ape that seems to look like the proposed human ancestor Australopithecus in the woods. Inkinyamba. This family of legendary serpents describe massive, slithering reptiles that can swallow a fully grown person whole without ever missing a beat. These creatures are feared throughout Africa and have been for many generations. The stories have morphed these gigantic snakes into something out of mythology, saying they have the head of a horse instead of that of a snake. We assume that they could be talking about a previously undiscovered species of snake with a particularly strange-looking head that grows to unfathomable lengths. Many people, even today, claim to have caught glimpses of this legendary man-eater, with all sorts of shaky evidence popping up to show Inkinyamba that have been killed by hunters. These photos aren't necessarily real, but it goes without saying that the legends have to be based on something. With so much of Africa's interior jungles being unmapped and unknown to modern people, there's plenty of space for a species like this to survive, and possibly even thrive, in some far-flung spot in a dense jungle in the middle of nowhere without anyone ever being the wiser. Tribespeople still pass down the old stories, and the fear of attack is still very real in many places, with some people constantly on the lookout for the legendary Inkinyamba. Some stories even say that these beasts can control the weather. While we think that's all a little too superstitious, there are plenty of large, monstrous snakes and eels that live all over South Africa, and it isn't too much of a stretch to think that people back in the day did have to contend with a particular species that outgrew and outmatched them all. It's been proven that a lot of these legends are passed down from all over the world, being morphed over the years into tall tales that speak of magical monsters. but this is one that we really wish wasn't a plausible outcome because the idea of a snake that dwarfed a school bus would haunt our dreams forever. Alien sighting. A strange creature showed up in South Africa a number of years ago, with nobody able to definitively decipher its origins for quite some time. The creature was terribly skinny and was dried up with arms outstretched. It looked bipedal and quite humanoid in appearance, complete with a set of teeth that also resembled those of humans. This discovery sent people all over the world into a panic, with some locals convinced that they were either cursed or being infiltrated by a strange alien race. The creature was originally found by a national park ranger, Llewellyn Dixon. After pictures taken at the scene were posted online, it quickly went viral and led to people jumping to some pretty wild conclusions. The creature is definitely otherworldly in appearance, and we wouldn't blame anyone for thinking that it was a sign of something bad on the way. The creature was found already dead, so its body was taken to a local vet for further investigation. After a thorough examination, the vet made a pretty astounding discovery. Unfortunately for alien enthusiasts, this thing wasn't from another planet, but was, in actual fact, a misshapen baboon. It turns out that when a young baboon dies, its mother may carry it around with her for quite some time, with the body slowly stretching and morphing into something that looks like a tiny alien. This strange occurrence has been known to happen from time to time, and we think we'd prefer this thing to be alien. It's just another example of the internet going nuts about a story before knowing the whole truth, with aliens being much cooler and much less depressing than the truth. Even so, this is exactly what many people believe aliens would look like, and this story just goes to show that life, even that which evolved here on Earth, is usually pretty strange to begin with. This creepy photo is still making the rounds, however, with many people still being tricked into thinking that this creature is an unknown. We prefer to be upfront and honest, but felt we should include this specimen in today's countdown, and will admit that we still find the entire thing a little mysterious, even now. Some have taken their doubts even further, however, claiming that the official report was wrong and that the vet was outright lying in order to cover up something uncomprehendingly big. They say that no baboon would end up looking like that, although plenty of experts have stated their case empathetically and repeatedly. We think that's a little far-fetched and are happy to believe such overwhelming tangible evidence.